accent came out. I'm going to put this disclaimer out. It has nothing to do with their talent. It has nothing to do with their wrestling. Jade has improved so much.
We're going to walk in as the women's tag team champions, and we're going to walk out as the women's tag team champions.
And baby, it doesn't matter who you get.
Who's going to stop us? Nobody.
21.
So here is the problem that I'm finding with Bianca and Jade. So I'm going to reference a couple of other companies, and then but I'm going to make it all make sense. Okay, so first I'm going to go in the heyday. If you remember, with Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? For those that are familiar with the Attitude Era, Stone Cold Steve Austin had issues with The Rock. The Rock would come in sometimes, mess up his matches, and he would sometimes do the same. Sometimes it would happen with The Undertaker as well. And then Austin would cut a promo. You know, you messed up my match, this, and the third. Or something would happen with Taker, and Austin would cut a promo. Vince would come out and screw him, and he'd cut a promo, this, that, and the third. Same with the thing with The Rock. The Rock would do the reverse. When you messed up his match, heel, face, whatever it was, there was a promo that was cut. Whatever, right? Now, I'll fast forward into, this transitions into AEW. Now, for those that have heard me, time and time again, I said I only watch, even just wrestling in general, more so for the females, right? For the female wrestlers, right? But, if I see a good match out, check it out, whatever. So, with AEW, one of the things that bothers me is that Jon Moxley is, at least to me, I get the impression that he is like this Stone Cold Steve Austin type of character. Leather jacket, cool guy, come in, beat up people, whatever. Now, I've been watching AEW since, 2019, I believe it's been on, whatever, maybe 2018, 2019, right? Now, I haven't watched every single solitary week because they don't have a lot of stuff that I'm interested in. Okay, I know from my opinion, from what I've seen, right, from the early days to now, I can count on both hands how many times I've seen Jon Moxley lose a match. If I'm scanning through AEW and I see it's Takeshita or whatever, and here comes Moxley, I'm out because I know that Moxley is not going to lose. From what I can recall, if anyone hears this, they can correct this. He took an L for Eddie Kingston the second time because they were trying to promote Eddie Kingston. I think it might have been earlier this year or last year, right around when Eddie was getting his run with all the belts. Kenny Omega, he took an L to MJF when they with the screw job with William Regal. Those are the three that come to mind. I can't even recall like anything. He didn't even take an L to formerly known as Luke Harper, right? Damn, I forgot his name. I'm sorry. He didn't take an L, and that was a good character that they were building. He didn't take an L to what's Big Lance's name? Shit, I'm forgetting his last name. Tall dude with the braids was Jake the Snake. For those that know, he's been in Japan. So, long story short, very rarely do I see Jon Moxley take L's. So he's like this superhero, whatever. I personally like the Jon Moxley. Trust me, I'm going somewhere with this. Relax. I like the Jon Moxley that pops up when I'm watching the indie shows and he just does a pop-up and you're like, oh, Jon Moxley's here. And then, even with those matches, he doesn't lose, but it's just something cool about when he pops up there, right? When he won the IWGP title, that shocked me because I did not expect him to win that title. I thought for sure, I think it was Naito. I thought for sure he was going to get cheated out and then it was going to cause a feud. So when he won, I was like really shocked. But then again, I shouldn't have been, just because it was a different company, but Jon Moxley has a reputation over there too, tough guy, yada, 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 kick some ass. I can't necessarily say he wins all his matches, but there was a time where, yeah, that was the case. Talking about pandemic days, whatever. So I bring this all up to say that when I'm looking at him as a character, it doesn't make me care for the character because I'm always suspecting that you're going to win, so I just get turned off. I haven't, like, when you look at with Cody, right? Let's say Cody and The Rock. Rock tore his ass up, threw him outside, yada, yada, yada. Cody had lost the match that was leading up to WrestleMania. I forgot how he got cheated. Bloodline shit, probably. And he lost the match. The stuff with The Rock, jumped him, whatever. He got whipped. Then the shit with Seth, he got whipped. Things that make you care about him. Moxley, not so much. This is my opinion. This is what I've seen. Anyone else can please feel free to comment on this. I bring this all up to say, right? Bianca and Jade, I'm going to put this disclaimer. I'm going to, my accent came out. I'm going to put this disclaimer out. It has nothing to do with their talent. It has nothing to do with their wrestling. Jade has improved so much. Being a person that saw her debut in AEW, saw her in matches with people that I thought with women that I thought were a bit more talented, that were on the indie scene, and she made them look bad. Like, I'm like, these matches look really bad. And seeing where she's at now is fucking a 180. I can tell that she's really, and I always had that thought too, but I never thought it would happen. Like, damn, if she was in WWE, what would happen? How would they get her in a development system? With that being said, I also would add that, and I'm glad I was going to do this before Clash at the castle, and I'm glad I waited because this is kind of demonstrates a little bit more. But going back to Jade, I can tell that the training is paying off even more because when she tripped on the rope, her get back was like, boom, she was already up. She tripped, got back up quick. It wasn't even a second of hesitation. That comes from training, knowing that you're going to drop a spot and being fast on the delivery. So with that said, it has nothing to do with the ladies in ring work, whatever. Okay. This is the problem. So remember everything I said. Now I'm bringing it all home. This is the problem. Prior to Clash at the Castle, 2 weeks prior, they had a match, Zoe and Shayna. Then Isla and Alba came in and both teams jumped them. If you remember that, right? Then afterwards, I forgot old girl's name. I'm sorry. The interviewer, I just see the letter C. I'm brain farting because my brain moves sometimes faster than my mouth. So sorry. Alba and Isla get interviewed, and they're just all in prep for, Clash. And they're on their way out, and they get grabbed or stopped, and they're cutting a promo saying that Clash, we're going to take the titles, this, that, and the third, whatever, right? We roll into SmackDown, and what do I see? Jade and Bianca walking through the hallway as if nothing fucking happened, with smiles on their faces, yada, 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 chilling. Wait, I'm sitting here on Monday like, all right, expecting, but knowing what I'm seeing, I'm like, are they going to give them a post interview after they just got jumped? Like, damn, like, have them like holding their ribs, going to the car. Bianca's like, girl, we got beat up, or like, girl, we got jumped, or I wasn't expecting that. Or even Jay could have been like, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And Bianca's like, yeah, I should have known something was coming because, we're on this run or something. Then they get in their car and then they drive off. Something, bro. Fuck. So, like I said, come Friday Night SmackDown, they show up, they're all smiles. And then, what's the face? Damn, why am I fudging all the names? I'm seeing the faces, I'm just farting the names. Byron Saxton stops them, and they're coming out of Aldis's office, and they smiles. Girl, yeah, we just got an interview. We just talked with Nick Aldis, and we're going to see the girls at the Clash of Castle, and who gonna stop us? And I'm just like, yo, like, in case you haven't noticed, we just got our asses kicked. Like, yo, y'all not gonna even say anything about this. And just life goes on. Then Monday happens. They roll up, jump on the girls, get their payback. Still no after promo. Zoe and Shayna get a promo. And they also run into, I think they might have even run into Isla and them. I can't remember if that was post-Clash or whatever. But it's like those two, it's like, yo, where's the character? Like, make me care a little bit more about them. I get the superhero vibe because I'm one of the people that said it when it was her, those two, and Naomi. Yo, they had a comic book feel, yada, yada, yada. And they keep mentioning, oh, it's like the superheroes, da, da, da. But, yo, even Hulk, if you fucking watched the Avengers, when Hulk got beat up by Thanos, you saw the emotional side of Bruce. He won't come out, this and this. I don't know what's going on. You saw an internal struggle. They're not even giving us that. It's just like they're just walking through like whatever. Now, what I will say is that there was an interview, because I watch almost everything I can. I think it was Gorilla Position. They did an interview, and I'm referencing it so you can go check for yourself, with Bailey. And the interviewer said or mentioned that Bianca had made comments about having storylines about the characters, which is basically what you hear me talking about a lot, going back to the Mandy and Otis stuff, right? And I'm saying, all right, at least she notices now. Maybe she's not noticing the same thing I'm noticing, but then again, sometimes you do. You don't know until you see an interview X amount of years later, and the talent goes, oh yeah, we wanted such and such, and you go, so now I get it. They did ask for that and it didn't happen. But kudos for her for recognizing that, hey, there should be storylines on characters. So that's like my pet peeve with them. Like I said, it has nothing to do with the girls in themselves. It's just it's the production. Who's produced? Like, give them, make me feel compassion for them. Don't just have them just be super. Look, hey, another superhero reference. What's the Iron Man storyline? Demon in a Bottle. And the demon in the bottle concept is when Tony Stark is flying around as Iron Man and he's drunk. They tried in Iron Man 2. They really didn't, follow through with it strong. They didn't stick to landing on that. But I personally referenced that with Adam Pearce. I think that would be a great storyline, because a lot of times you keep hearing Adam. One of his things that he takes his glasses on, takes them off, puts them back on when he's stressed, and then you'll hear him say, man, I gotta get a drink. With Kiana James, which you just posted, right? Kiana James wanted to talk to him, come on, let's just go get a drink. I thought that when he ran into Drew McIntyre, when McIntyre quit, that he was going to say, come on, let's just go get a drink. But he references that a lot. I said, damn, that would be a good storyline, to have Adam Pearce showing up drunk and kind of effed up and just making all types of crazy matches that he's not supposed to be really doing, just going off of, reckless emotion. And then someone has to step in. You can have all this come in. You can have Triple H come in. You can have some women and women complain like, yo, you need to look at Pearce. Something's not right with him. But that's just me. That's my pet peeve. Even after they lost the titles, going back to the women, sorry. Even when the women lost the titles, there was no interview. I was looking. I was on WWE.com. I'm not trying to chase down every social media platform to look for interviews. If it's not on WWE, on YouTube, then it's just, to me, a lost cause. They don't do promos, and they don't hold those things on the .com site. So it is what it is. And even Naomi could come in like she's doing with Bailey. You see that all the time. She got Bailey's back. Bailey has her back. They come in, roll with one another. They could step in, offer some kind words. Bailey come in, offer some kind words, and that triggers Bianca, and it just makes Bailey feel bad again. It's just continued character building. She walks off, and Naomi be like, "Yo, you need to cool out." She's trying to offer help. Well, I had enough of them. Da, 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 da. You understand what I'm saying. So that's my only issue with them. In ring, no problem. Although I do think people should stop rushing the turn on each other and just enjoy the moment. And I will also say that I think, and this is something that I might have mentioned a while ago, but I will mention it again. I think it should be Bianca that turns on Jade, not the other way around. Bianca should turn on Jade. I also think, as far as the character building, is that the subtext of their relationship, in my opinion, should be Bianca showing Jade the ropes of how things are run here without completely making mention of the other company, right? I thought, but I can't tell what actually happened, even though I did mention when Asuka had that minor injury that didn't look good, and I was talking about this is what happens when you keep people on the road. Anyhow, I don't know if they won the titles because Asuka's injury was so bad that they had to take her out. With that being said, I thought it would have been a really good idea if the Kabuki Warriors had beat them the first time with Asuka spitting the mist into Jade's eyes and Jade gets pinned, right? And then you could have had that interview. You could have had some sort of backstage between her, just like when Naomi got spit in the face by Asuka, and they were in the back and sort of SmackDown, and Bianca was putting the water on her face. Something similar, but they're in the hallway, and Bianca goes, "Damn girl, I meant to tell you about that, the green mist, yada yada yada." Hence, that could come up later whenever they decide who's going to turn Jade heel. She could reference that, right? But I think Bianca should turn on Jade. Reasoning: Bianca needs to be refreshed. I said this not about Bianca. This theory is what I said about The Rock in one of my episodes. I can't recall which one, but it's when I think it might have been The Rock learned y'all asses or one prior to that. I said people like The Rock, but they don't fuck with The Rock. All right. And you saw the different, if you recall the feud with Cody, depending on what state he was in, the crowd loved him or they hated him. So it was just, or I should say you hate his fucking show performance. They liked him or they didn't like him based on the states that we're in. When he was in, I believe it was Tennessee, is it? With Lawler and all that, Nashville and all that, got a lot of love, so it goes back and forth. But it's like you guys wanted him, and then when the Cody thing, y'all turned on him, and then he turned it up and flipped the whole thing. That's kind of how I feel with Bianca. Y'all like her, and the reason why I'm saying this is because there have been times where her music hits, everybody gets high end, and then it goes fucking quiet the moment she cuts her promos. And it's like, well, this is weird because Becky doesn't get this response. Such and such doesn't get this response. It just goes dead, and she's just doing her thing, and it just, that's why I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I get it. Y'all like her, but y'all don't really fuck with her like that. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but pay attention. Pay more attention. Go back in the archives and go watch old episodes when she comes out, especially with the Becky feud or whatever, and she's cut, or the Bailey feud or the damage control stuff. Go watch those, and watch the response. Unless she's in her hometown. Anyhow, she should go. She also needs a refresh in her skill sets. That's not to say that she doesn't have them, but I think the last time I was really surprised was when she beat Becky at SummerSlam, and I think she did that blockbuster. I think that's what that was, off the top rope, and I had never seen her do that before. Me personally, I don't know about everybody else. Me, and so sometimes you have talent; they're just sitting on movesets. I think with a heel turn, it could be a great refresh. She can do new moves. She don't have to do the flip, jump on the top rope, tell everybody to kiss her ass. This is what I have in my mind. Bianca, Rhea, Raquel. That trio right there, running roughshod. You're going to need somebody that can compete with them. So leave Jade face. There's someone else too Lash Legend. That's what I'm gonna say. Lash Legend. You know, let's say when this happens, they move Lash Legend up. Lash teams up with Jade because she has that height as well. They film very tall. I think if done right, it could really flip, the women's division upside down, maybe even possibly be on some female NWO type shit. Yeah, that's my feelings on it. She should turn, not Jade. And if WWE needs to give them more character, rather than just them just losing and then there's just like no promo. Like I'm expecting a promo, something on Friday Night SmackDown. So, and if not, then that just further proves my theory with them. So, I'm not in the writing room. I don't know what their thinking is. It is what it is. I'm out.